Let's get things started. Got to fight all set. Ready? Go!
Let's get ready to rumble!
Hello. 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 Hello.
Now tuned into the motherfucking greatest.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome back to the channel after a 2-week hiatus. Welcome back. I am Crazercap, the host of this channel, obviously. Had a couple of weeks off so that I could take care of some things, get caught up a little bit with video edits. I fell behind quite a bit. Hold on, I gotta reset my position here. There we go, that's better. But yeah, fell behind on my video edits over on my YouTube channel. Wanted to take a week off for that, and then last week my fiance was out of town, so I wanted to focus on being able to take care of our pups here in the house. I just took another week to myself. But we're back. We are ready to go. For those who've never been to this channel before, again, my name is Crazercap. I call myself a GOAT, geek of all trades. It's because I do a little bit of everything. I'm a gamer, a streamer, a YouTuber, content creator, VTuber. I do sketch art. I do model kit builds. I do cosplay builds and cons. I'm a former band geek, choir geek. I work in IT for my main job. Fixing computers. I literally do a little bit of everything. Here on this channel, we do try to follow a schedule. And this is what that schedule currently looks like. On Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays, usually at 7:30 p.m. Central, we have what we call Crazercap Plays. That's where we'll play or do whatever we want. Nothing specific. We could either hang out, we could play a campaign, we could do something interactive with you guys. And then Saturdays, either at 1 or 7 p.m. Central, we have our Super Mario Bros. 35 Continued Interest Server Weekly Tournament. Now, I say either 1 or 7 p.m. because the tournaments usually start at 2 or 8 p.m. Central, and it always changes. So, we like to go live 1 hour beforehand for warm-ups. Now, this weekend, I think I should still be okay, but I do have a color run that I'm participating in here where I'm at. So, but I should be done with that by the time either of those times hit. So, but I hope everybody's had a good last couple of weeks. I know it's been kind of crazy. I want to give shout outs really quick to a few people who've recently followed. We have in the last couple of weeks, actually in the last few days, we have Absolutely Anastasia. Shout out to her. And I will give the proper shout outs here. One moment. By the way, the music that you're hearing is music from Bravely Default. Specifically, this song is the song for the city of Eternia, which is where we're going to essentially be picking up. So, I believe I've got this name right. So here's our first shout out to Absolutely Anastasia.
It may not be a mommy. It's a mommy! Let's go! Let's fucking go! I was on edge in case we didn't get a mommy, and yet here she is, the Uber mommy.
Yep. Even though I haven't been streaming, I have had a chance to float around in other people's channels, and I came across hers. She was playing Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel. I've been playing a little bit of that on the side lately. Also, shout out to Isabel Ezekiel, I believe that is. And also, shout out to Coffee Story. All three of them recently giving follows.
Here, I'll put the
giving
bombs
follows here.
All you can do is throw an explosive on them or shoot them or something.
So shout out to all of them.
That's on the fridge.
Good job.
Also, shout out to, well, as you see up here, to someone who, while I was offline, had decided to donate $22 through my channel. So thank you very much to whoever you were. If you guys want to donate as well, I'm not going to force anybody to, but if you do, you can just pull up my profile, and under About there should be a link that will take you to my Streamlabs donation page, and you can donate whatever you like. Thank you guys so much in advance. Also, you guys saw down in the corner here, over there, that we do have, I can't remember if it's Crazer merch. Was it Crazer merch? No. Let me find out. Hold on. Give me a second. I just don't want to wind up... This is all being played from my Winamp. And yes, I do still use Winamp. Believe it or not, I was a kid when Winamp first came out. If you could believe that. Aha, okay, it's Crazy Shop. I thought so. But we do have a merch store. There's the link for that, and you'll see it down here in the corner when my little sponsor banner decides to come back up. But we've got all kinds of different gear. It's hosted through Fourth Wall. We did have somebody recently purchase the Crazer Cap Kids Can't Pause women's tee. Now, for those who don't know, on my merch store, there you go. There's one of the sponsors. I do have a gamer sleeve code. Go to gamer-sleeve.com, and anything you buy there, if you check out using the code CrazerCap, you get 10% off of your purchase. And then, as I mentioned, I do have, there you go, crazercap-shop.fourthwall.com. That is my Fourth Wall merch store. I have a few different designs on there, one of which is called the Kids Can't Pause. Essentially what it is, it's specialized versions of my channel logos in black and gold, because it is in support of the University of Iowa Stead Family Children's Hospital located in Iowa City. And since it's through the University of Iowa, of course it's going to be black, white, and gold. Because go Hawkeye. But I've got it set up so that any purchases of of items from that line of merch, the proceeds I would normally get from those, I will donate those to my Extra Life, which also you see at the bottom of your screen for my Extra Life. So I want to give a shout out to the person who bought that shirt. So thank you very much. It is greatly appreciated. Not only did they get some cool swag, but they also helped out kids in need. And you can do the same either through buying items from that line on the merch store, or going to the link at the bottom of your screen and donating money directly into my Extra Life from there. So but again, I hope everybody had a good couple of weeks. I've been kind of floating around lately. We did finally get Halo Wars 2 Part 2 done and up. Oh god, that was painful to go through. I had been working on that for over a month, and I'm like, no, I need to take a week off and try to get something done on that. So we got that done. I need to work on Part 3 and 4 and start on Bravely Default next. I am still way behind on my YouTube, which, by the way, you can check out all of my socials up in the corner there. There's my VODs channel for YouTube. So if you miss a stream and want to see how things played out, what we did, you can always go to youtube.com, search for the username Crazer's Log, kind of like the Star Trek Captain's Log, but it's Crazer's Log. Of course, over on Twitter and Twitch, here is CrazerCap with the names. On Instagram, it's also CrazerCap. The main YouTube channel is CrazerCap. Fresh Cut is CrazerCap. And I do have a TikTok, only for my clips. I'm not some big TikTok nut, unfortunately, for everybody else around me, I guess. I know TikTok's a huge thing, but I don't really care for it that much. I'm using it basically just to get my name out there. I know. I apologize if that does not sound appealing, but what can you do? But that is CrazerCap Gaming is that channel. Need to get more content up on that too, by the way. Yeah, so all the usual plugs are done. Should update the follower goal since I'm now at 260. I want to try something. I'm curious about something. I want to see.
Hey, a new cadet.
Hey, it does work. I'm just gonna go through these real quick. We had Anastasia.
Hey, a new cadet. Welcome aboard.
And then we've got that. There you go. Now we've got the proper number up there. Perfect. But as I said, we are back. We are ready to get back into Bravely Default. When we last left off, we had awakened 3 of the crystals: air, water, and fire. We had just landed right outside of the city of Eternia. Now, in the meantime, while I've been offline, I did go around and do some of the side stuff. So you'll notice in the game file, we've got a lot more jobs available to us, like Swordmaster, Ranger, things like that. But hey, there's Agnes' theme. Unacceptable. I'm kidding. Agnes' theme is always acceptable. Evening. I love how behind the camera, IRL, I'm eating the supper I just picked up. I'm barely moving other than my mouth, and yet my whole avatar is going like that. But anyway, yeah, that's right. Saturday, as I mentioned, I'm doing a color run, and not only is the color run on Saturday, but don't forget, there's something else on Saturday as well. Give me a second. Yeah, there we go. I know I'm probably going to get docked for this, but honestly, I do not give a damn right now. Because don't forget, on Saturday, the 4th, May the 4th, you know where this is going. That's right. It is Star Wars Day on Saturday. Yes, indeed. Star Wars Day on Saturday. I myself will be attending the color run I'm doing, not necessarily in full cosplay, but I will be taking my my lightsaber with me. Take the lightsaber, I will. I know my Yoda sucks, and so does my Chewie. I can't do Chewie at all. Like, the closest thing I can do to Chewbacca is like his little whine or whatever. Anyway. Alright, so why don't we switch over here? Hey! Perfect. North America. Wait a minute. What's going on here with my avatar? Oh, grr. You son of a gun. Almost, I don't know what's going on here, but like every single time I jump in and I don't know. It's like every single time it's just like, oh, I'm going to resize this. Okay. Even though I don't need it to. So, yeah. As I was saying. But, yep. So, perfect. North America. North America? When did Bandit Keith from Yu-Gi-Oh! Bridge get here? In America. Sorry, I was watching some Yu-Gi-Oh! Bridge earlier. Anyway. But we're going to go ahead and get started with our return to Bravely Default. There we go. There we are. The games with the best music are always the ones you always want to whistle. This game is so awesome when it comes... I'm going to move my avatar over just slightly so it's kind of centered under the bottom screen there. Or at least a little bit more. That looks better. Okay, we'll go with that. Okay, so this is where we left off, essentially. Now, don't worry, I didn't level up too much in terms of their actual character levels. We did a lot of level ups on their jobs and picked up on a bunch more. So, right now I'm working on getting Agnes worked on for Freelancer, but we've also now got Monk, White Mage, Black Mage, Knight, Thief, Merchant, Spellfencer, Time Rage. We picked up Summoner and Ranger, Valkyrie, Red Mage, The salve maker, that was... Oh my god, I hate the salve maker job so much. It's so worthless. Performer, ninja, and swordmaster. I'm trying to think what's everybody else's ability. So Anya's has the secondary ability of sword magic, black magic for Tiz, hunting for Idea. Ring a Bell has black magic. So both the guys are level 9 white mages with black mage secondaries. As you can see, we also picked up a good chunk of change. We got 16,041 Pig, and they're all at level 49. Huh. Didn't realize there was an item right there. Okay, so I can't quite remember where in the hell I'm supposed to... Oh, over here. Yeah, the gate is over here. Never mind. So we have a choice to make. There's 3 paths. There's an extremely long path, which I think is this one. There's a really short path up the middle. And there's a boss. I'm gonna go this way and see what we have. Alright, we're gonna take on the dragon here. Dragon zombie. I can only imagine what your... Yep. Dragon Slayer? Since when did we go into Fairy Tale? Sorry, I pulled something out here. I'm gonna have to adjust a little bit too. Yes. Anyway. Here, I'll just do that. Default with Ring a Bell. Help out, Tiz. There we go. I'm just going to keep defaulting with Ring a Bell. That way he can jump in and heal as needed. What? How did that happen? I'm gonna admit, this is the first time I've actually taken this particular route. I'm curious though, if this is gonna be exactly like... Okay, yes it is. I wondered if it was gonna be the exact same mechanic as in Final Fantasy, where if you throw a phoenix down at an undead or cast life on it, it'll just go, oh, I'm dead, goodbye. You know, if I really wanted to be a dick about it, I'd go down every path and take everybody out. But let's not leave Eternia completely defenseless.
It was here that I was raised. I feel as if I haven't been back in ages. But it hasn't truly been so very long. They say home is where the heart is. But all I feel is... loneliness?
Oh, spare me your sickly sweet nostalgia. I mean, we're going to kill you anyway, so...
You're the one who slew Olivia!
I bid you, Victoria, unleash your full power. Spare nothing.
I wouldn't have it any other way. The kid gloves are coming right off.
Nice try.
Why did you kill Olivia?
Why? Let me think. I suppose you could chalk it up to me and my butterfingers. Don't look at me like that. I mean, a crystal vessel. Ha, you're no match for me.
You want to bet?
Goes for those fools you're with, too. Dumpy little brat! Dumpy little... Did you hear that, Victor?
Tia! How dare you hurl such heinous language at Victoria?
Oh, I can think of much worse language.
His daughter. I'll not rest until you lie dead at Victoria's feet!
Fine. Then I'll not rest until that foul-mouthed girl falls head over heels for me.
I'll have you know I'm in top form today. Now you'll see just how helpless you are before me. Go ahead and try and escape. I'm going to toy with you like a cat before I really sink my teeth into you. Not talking so big now, are you? I grow bored with this. Better say your prayers. This ends...
It's happening again. Victoria!
Victor!
More stable than I had feared. I must seek treatment at once.
Hey, wait!
I don't feel sorry for her, honestly, because She's just a rude and obnoxious little child. Keep having to adjust because I apologize. I'm having to reset my VTuber avatar because it keeps looking like I'm leaning to one side when I'm really not. Actually, there was something else here as well. There we go. Perfect. Okay. Now I'm moving in the right way. The x-axis on it was a little bit wonky.
Where did they go?
Victor spoke of getting treatment. The closest place around here for that would be the room to the right.
Okay. This is our chance to take those two down. Let's find where they're treating her, says Aerie. I should also show you guys how far we've gotten with So I basically decided to give up on this right here. Because this one was 99 hours. I enabled it, and I turned the emulation speed all the way up to 1,000%. I let it run as long as I could. It got down to 0, and then it reset back to 99 hours for some dumb reason. I don't know why. I wish I did. So I said, screw it. I'm going to work on something else. So we're working on this one right here. For weapons, we can get the Ogre's Club.
What? This...
Look!
What is that?
Silence, if you please. She would likely perish if we were to disturb her now.
Victor S. Court? What is the meaning of this? Who or what exactly is that child?
Allow me to tell you a story, if I may.
Sorry. Had something stuck in my teeth.
In other words, you're stalling for time. Time enough to replenish Victoria's power.
No, that is not my intention. This treatment is merely a bid to save her life. Now, about that story. In truth, it is a tale of the not-too-distant past. Once upon a time, in a place not of this land, there was an orphan child suffering an incurable disease. Her name was Victoria. Abandoned by physicians and all around her, she simply waited upon her inevitable demise, all the while gasping in pain and despair. But hearing her voiceless pleas, the Lord Marshal took her in his arms and brought her back to Eternia.
My father did that?
Were it not for his lordship, her fragile life would have soon been snuffed out. I am sure you are well aware, Adia, but science and medicine in our land have advanced greatly with the use of white magic. I was pulled from my studies on the Earth Crystal to treat her, and yet my treatments were still experimental, incomplete.
Sorry if my avatar skits out.
Effects linger. Side effects graver.
Was drinking from my bottle of pop.
Like that you witness strike periodically, and their frequency increases with each day. Violent turns of mood soon stripped her of any semblance of self-control. Each time her tiny form is racked with pain, I ask myself, knowing the result, would I still have intervened as I did? But ever is my answer the same. As long as I draw breath, I will see that she does too. No matter how she suffers, I'll not allow her to die. She is both my crime and my redemption. My ego, my joy. I dedicate my entirety to her, and know no greater pleasure.
What nonsense. I mean, really, Victor, that was so boring and really long, too.
Forgive me, Victoria. How do you fare now?
Back to my old self, but I don't think I could take another one of those fits. Now, let's take care of these fools once and for all. To think you just stand around twiddling your thumbs when you had a second chance to finish me. But that just proves you're the fools I knew you were.
Spoiled brat.
Don't blame me. You're the ones who just dug their own graves.
Okay, she's weak to light, he's weak to dark. I'm going to take this a little bit at a time here.
Say goodbye.
'Cause these two are kind of a tough battle. Well, he was not really my intended target, but... I'm just keeping Ring-a-Bell... Well, I'm going to keep Ring-a-Bell in default unless he's absolutely needed. Alright. That was a huge chunk. She's knocked down to 36,732. You know what, let's hold off on that. I'll wait until they're much lower on their MP.
A mere vessel dare hinder my every move.
Your early years may be tragic indeed, but I cannot forgive what you've done! You stole the life of a dear friend from me!
Vengeance? I can relate to that. I've no interest in the Grand Marshal's fancy idea. But we do agree on one thing. The need to crush the Orthodoxy. Total annihilation would be too easy on them. They'll all pay for what they did to me.
Oh, I forgot that's a Dia. Okay. Oh, come on. Before I even had a chance. I think I'll jump in with Ring a Bell here. Bring Edea back. There you go. That may not be... Of course, it's Edea because of the fact that she doesn't have any items that equipped to her that prevents poison. Everybody else does. Oops, that's not what I want.
The things I do for you.
Ah, yes. Now she's definitely below half. Nice try, you missed. There we go. We are getting somewhere now. Okay, good. She still has Firaga on that. You know what? I'm gonna do that. That certainly helped. All right. Oh, let's see. Trying to crack my neck there. What do we got for friend summons? Yeah, that's not going to help me. I'm just looking for other tactics I could try. And doesn't look like the guys in their black mage skill have a spear, or better known in Final Fantasy as Osmose. Oh, lovely. She's pulling out a doom spell. Let's do a little bit more damage to her if we can. Excuse me. But of course. Cast your little doom spell all you want, bratty little girl. I've got 2 white mages. They will easily be able to bring somebody back.
Give us strength!
Of course. Of course. I don't have a spear over there either. even if when we do take out Victoria, we still have Victor to knock out. She is targeting Agnes with a vengeance right now. I don't know why this game does that every so often. Like, I'll move... Like, I'm moving the thumbstick so I can see how much is left for Victoria. While they're still attacking, and I can't... It won't move. Not until after I'm done. I don't know why it does that, but whatever. Okay, so we have just under 8,000. No, that's... She's almost down.
The things I do for you.
Indeed. Right, ring a bell? Hang in there.
I wish you'd all drop dead.
Nah, you seem like you're doing pretty well at that. Well, don't worry. You'll be joining her in a minute. Yeah, he hits hard himself, I guess. He's about halfway done now. Since we've taken out Victoria, she was probably the heavy hitter between the two of them. So I'm not as concerned with Victor. Yes, he does hit pretty hard. But I think we can manage. With Anya's being all the way in the... Yeah, she's out of... I'm gonna have to... we'll do Thundaga. Again. I should have enough MP left to my knowledge for another Thundaga sword magic after this. So... we're not doing too bad on health, so I'm not concerned. He's under half now. I'll spend a little MP from Idea and try to take out a little bit more from him. And there we go. Honestly, it might not be all that effective, but if I can help take out a little bit more in the long run, then that would be perfectly fine. Oh. I gotta do as much damage as I can with this, because otherwise I'm not gonna be able to hit nearly as hard on him. Back into 17? No way, dude. I think it's time I start going all out. Now he's under 10,000. No, you don't, dude. Well, I suppose anything will help at this point. And look at that. Not hitting nearly as hard anymore. Got him. I don't know who's weirder, this guy or the guy that basically replaced him job-wise in Bravely Second. And you'll find that out when we get to it. Good. We finally got that damn poison immunity. Albeit a little too late. We got the Arcanist asterisk. Honestly, I wasn't very fond of the outfits on this. Didn't look right. Basically, Arcanist is like a souped-up version of Black Mage. Same thing goes with the next one here. It is a souped-up version of White Mage. The Spirit Master. What's wrong, Agnes? Why did you stop? Wait, Idia. Agnes needs a moment. We're almost to the Earth Crystal. We should hurry and awaken it. Everlast Tower is just ahead once we push through Central Command. My heart aches. I know what this must be like for you. I'm sorry. Agnes. Agnes, hurry! If we don't awaken that crystal, the whole world will get swallowed up in darkness. We didn't come this far just to stop now, did we? There's only one to go. Awaken the Earth Crystal and it's all over. Let's go, Agnes. Together. The world is waiting for us to awaken this crystal. I know I must go. I know. But... Right. Everyone else in? I'll go. Of course we're coming. Let's get a better look at this thing, because next time we see it, we may likely, well, I'm not going to ruin anything. It's one of Frieza's space pods. Ow. Ow. For those who don't, for those who watch Dragon Ball Z Abridged. Okay, we need to do some healing. And badly. As disappointed as disappointing as this might have to be, I'm gonna have to go all the way back to the city of Eternia. Because we're going to need a lot of supplies here to get through. I mean, first and foremost, obviously, we need to hit the end. There we go. Now we got plenty of Phoenix down, so at the very least we can keep ourselves alive that way. We won't be able to do much, though, in terms of, like, MP. Now, I want to go this way, because there is something along this route, even though it's the longest path. There are no enemies here. At least that I can remember. There's something over this way that I wanted to show y'all. Gravemark Village. A tiny little house with a bunch of graves.
What is this place, Idia?
A very good question. I never knew there was such a village on the Eastern Passages Byway.
Marja, is that you?
Huh?
am mistaken, you are much too young, though there is a resemblance. Might I have your name, young one?
Edea.
Of course. That explains the resemblance. This is the birthplace of the Lord Marshal and his wife, the Lady Marzer.
What's this? I'd never heard of such a place before.
Why are there so many graves?
So you know not of the Great Plague? Well, perhaps it is best that way.
So, this place holds significance, obviously.
Yes, perhaps. What is it? Edea, your mother and father were born right here in this village. Though they were 5 years apart, they were quite close, you know. They lived near each other, and their families got along quite well. It was as if they were brother and sister. At age 18, your father left to enter an elite school in the city of Eternia. He was the great hope of the village, you know, and he did all in his power not to disappoint. He eventually graduated at the head of his class and made a name for himself in the city. The pride and joy of our village he was. It was 21 years ago when your father asked for your mother's hand in marriage. She just 19, and he but 24. So it was they began a new life together in this city of Eternia. It was the following year that the Great Plague struck our village, wiping out most of the residents. Yes, perhaps. What is it? Yes, the Great Plague. 20 years have passed since it first struck. A sickness that began in eastern lands soon spread, wreaking havoc across the world ere it reached our land. It struck the year after your parents were wed and moved to the city, you know. Once the plague took root in Gravemark Village, all roads out of the village were closed. It was on orders from the head temple of the Crystal Orthodoxy, ruler of this land at the time. But I still believe they made the right choice.
Well, at least somebody.
The city of Eternia was spared the Great Plague's devastation. Millions upon millions across the world lost their lives in a matter of months ere the plague subsided. And I have been tending the graves ever since. Your parents paid us a visit upon the road's reopening, you know. They seemed truly sorry that their hometown had to be forsaken for the good of the city.
Why does that sound way too familiar?
Yes, perhaps. What is it? Nobody is left here. I'm all alone.
So, I need to point something out here that's going to come into play later. Once we get into Bravely Second. Bravely Second is the sequel to this game. it's not necessarily like Final Fantasy where every numbered title is its own story. Bravely Second is a direct sequel to Bravely Default, taking place in the same world with the same characters, so on. This place is going to hold a significant, a very significant moment or two when we get to it. So, keep this place in mind. And I just clipped it so that we can use it later when we actually get to Bravely Second. But I wanted to just kind of show you guys this. Here we are, back where we need to be. Now we can finally start taking on... excuse me, taking on the duchy proper. With no more Victor or Victoria to get in the damn way.
Hail, nescient children of man.
Who's there?
A petulant daughter's act of rebellion against the father who neglected her.
What?
The naive Vestal's sense of justice as dictated by others, unquestioned as it is unflinching. An orphaned existence, ignorant of himself and alone in this world. Has playing as the trusty friend filled your hollow soul, boy?
Show yourself!
Not but children, all of you.
What?
I am done here. I leave the rest to you, Alternus Dim.
Your cooperation is much appreciated.
Cooperation? No. It is simply a matter of friendly concern. My interest lies in the Templars, the Grand Marshal's daughter. You may cast the remaining 3 into the dungeon, if you so wish.
Yes, my lord.
The 2 newest members of the Council of 6 have perished at the hands of the Vestal. 'Tis such a pity. I never had the chance to meet them.
So Victor and Victoria have met their end.
Sorry, I saw something out of the something out of the corner of my eye I spotted.
To tragic lives.
Indeed. But the Vestal and her fellow conspirators have been captured.
Though the toll was heavy, we have them at last. Well done.
Not if Edea is going to have anything to say about it.
No, this was not my doing. It was his.
I see.
There was one more matter, Lord Marshal. Your daughter, Edea, is in her room.
And?
I simply thought you wished to know.
Yeah, you guys are going to regret leaving Edea out of jail.
Is this my room? Where is everybody?
But there was something in here, like a hidden item somewhere. Oh well, maybe not.
No, leave us. I simply wish to speak with my daughter. Now go.
Father. You never learned to knock first, no matter how many times I asked.
It seems like ages.
What have you done with my friends? Where have you taken them?
Your fellow conspirators are held in the dungeon.
The dungeon? I'd feared that. So they yet live?
As for the Wind Vestal,
Agnes, what will you do with her? You'll bring ruin upon Eternia if you harm a hair on her head.
you speak of ruin. It is you and your conspirators who nearly brought ruin upon this land.
Oh, please do tell.
Cult, a tool for deceiving the masses. We can trust them with the crystals no longer. The Wind Vestal shall never again see the light of day. And should she persist with her uncooperative attitude,
Then it's as I feared. You'll have her executed, though she was merely caught in a web spun of your selfish ideals.
selfish, you say?
Well, they are, aren't they? You send big men to chase down and capture one little girl. You wage war far and wide. You ravage nature. You bring suffering upon innocence. Are those your ideals, Father? What is it you're trying to do? I don't understand. I just don't understand.
I did not raise you to be such a shallow little fool.
Father, why do you say such things?
The Earth Crystal is now the last of the crystals here upon Luxendark to retain its normal state. All who seek to awaken the crystal, whether the Vestal or my own flesh and blood, shall face the wrath of my blade! You shall remain here whilst you regain your senses.
And just how long am I to be your prisoner?
Until you realize the error of your ways!
One thing I've realized in the aftermath of this, of the entire game.
Redouble the guard. My daughter poses a graver threat than you might think.
It's as I feared. Father does not understand.
And perhaps you might not fully understand either. I'm not going to divulge any details, but all I'm going to say is, in the aftermath of all of this, in terms of this game,
What brings you here? It has been 15 years
like,
since you last
Edea basically said, told,
15, you say? It brings me joy to see what a fine Grand Marshal you have become. For an immortal such as I, 15 years seems but a fleeting moment in time. Do you
I'll resume that thought here in a moment.
It was dreadfully cold by your reckoning, though just the sort of weather in which I delight. Upon ceding the head counselor's seat to you, I retired to my castle and partook of a goblet of steaming wine. And now 15 years have passed since you rid yourself of me by naming me Archduke. But I ask you, are you content? You seized the Earth Crystal and laid waste to the places sacred to the Orthodoxy. And you brought the crystals under the dominion of man, exploiting them to build your ideal society. All great deeds we failed to accomplish. You should be proud.
I did it not for pride.
I would have you accept my words as true, for there is no veiled reproach therein. Indeed, you have acted most valiantly, unlike we who have long done naught but watch from the shadows. And yet, you have been too hasty, brave the Templar. I fear I do not share your urgency, for my life has spanned 2,400 years. But I understand the reasoning therein, and it is from such understanding that I say you have been too hasty.
Though 15 years have passed, you have changed not one bit. However, if I might respond...
Father just doesn't understand. Right. All ready. It's quite a way to the dungeon, but I'll manage.
Forgive me, Lord Marshal. Is Edea here with you?
No, she is not. She was supposed to be confined to her chambers.
Yes, Lord Marshal, she was. But she suddenly disappeared.
What's this? We're not the sentries vigilant?
They claim never to have stepped from their post. Her chamber door was never opened.
Then how could she have?
Ah, her father's daughter indeed. She acts from the same sentiments, those sentiments that you once held for the Crystal Orthodoxy.
How could you know that? Have you not been away from this land these 15 years?
Was it not you who drove me to exile? Well, be that as it may. But to one such as I, you and your daughter are one and the same. Passionate, stubborn, not even 100 years old. So it is I can understand what both father and daughter are thinking, simply by watching. You ought try speaking with her, and listening too. Your time for such opportunities grows short. Crystalism, anti-crystalism. The quarrel between you and your daughter is but a proxy for that clash of ideas. Open your heart before it is too late. The very future of this world hangs in the balance.
You truly have not changed, have you?
Is that so? Well, you must forgive me. But lest you forget, it was you who appointed me Archduke.
See?
I know the dungeon key is around here somewhere.
Don't ever count Edea out. Now we get to go find everybody else. Huzzah! 4 birds in a cage. Yes, Edea, ring a bell. Are you all right? Fit as a fiddle. I am unharmed as well. Rude. What's the big idea leaving me out? Sorry. Wait, Edea isn't here. What? Where is she then? Think about it. This is her home. She has friends here. Family. Right about now, you can't think this was all a trap. Idea is not the sort of person to commit such deception. I will not believe it. She's right. Me either. And me least of all. I'm saying she's in more danger than all of us. We're only enemies of the state. What? And Idea isn't? With her, it's personal. She betrayed the Tiz. People here must bear a grudge against her. Do you suspect she is being subjected to an especially cruel punishment? Ring a bell. Your journal. What does it say? Anything about getting out of here? I'll have a look. Ugh, no luck. Even miraculous tomes have their limits. Then let us send Ari as a scout. What? Ari as a what now? You can pass between these bars. Please go and have a look around the area. Nice thinking, Anya. She may be able to track down the cell key. But what if someone sees me? Do you think I can just muscle through like you all? Do you see any muscle on me at all? If we all remain here, we'll get no closer to the Earth Crystal. Or to Idea. At least see if she's being held here in the dungeons or not. Oh, fine. You want me to go? I'll go. Wouldn't want Idea harmed. Not that anyone cares what happens to me. Thank you, Ari. I shall be praying to my pendant for your safe return. I expect I'll need it. Anyway, here goes nothing. Shh! Wait! I hear something. What do I do? Someone's coming. I've got to hide. Gotta hide. What's with all the noise? I could hear you guys from outside. That voice. Idea! Sorry to keep you waiting. Heard something behind me. Found the keys to this place. I'm just glad to see you're safe. I gotta click this off. We got about an hour and 36 until that's done. Ugh. What a pain in the ass. Hey look, we found Agnes. Acceptable.
Agnes, are you alright?
I am. Now that you're here, Adia, I'm glad to see you're safe and sound too.
Me?
Well, the Eternian forces do view you as a traitor to your homeland. I feared they'd have some unspeakable punishment awaiting you.
You needn't worry about that. My father is not so draconian as that. And yet, on second thought,
at least no harm has come to you. I'd like to thank you too, Adia. You saved me from having to search this entire dungeon.
Ari, do you think you could have carried this key around? You're so little after all.
It does look really heavy. I'd rather not think about lugging that about.
There's nothing to worry about now that I'm here. Well, I better lead the way. With your poor sense of direction, Agnes, who knows where we'd end up.
Now hold on. My sense of direction has improved. At least somewhat.
Isn't that simply a matter of having Ari and Tiz lead the way?
Well, that may be, but...
Don't take it so hard. Now come on, follow me.
If you say so.
Okay. Sorry, I was updating something on my Facebook here. We got Agnes back. Now we gotta go find the boys. And look, we found Tiz.
Thanks, Adia. You're a lifesaver.
You're quite welcome. But it was really nothing. After all, I was raised within Central Command's walls. I know every nook and cranny.
Were you able to speak with your father?
Huh? What does it matter to you?
You have family you can talk to. You ought to, you know.
You would forgive my father? Grand Marshal of Eternian Forces. Head Counselor of the Council of Six. You've seen how much Agnes has suffered because of my father's orders.
True enough, but...
You need not worry about me. We need to focus on awakening the Earth Crystal.
Yes, we do. Ugh, this camera, I swear. I have no idea why. Yeah. God dang it. Alright, hold on a second. I gotta reset this again. It's... I don't know what it is, but it just keeps... There we go. I think that should do it for now. Well, that's everybody, I think. We've got Agnes, we've got Tiz. Let's go. I know. We can't forget Ring a Bell, but come on. Idia would clearly just say screw Ring a Bell, right? Okay. Thanks. I owe you one. Hey, Tiz. How do you feel about Agnes? Be honest. What? Whoa, where's this coming from? Never mind. It's written on your face. My face? Hey, keep it down, would you? Don't worry, she can't hear us from here. And you can't keep hiding your feelings anyway. Go tell her. Tell her you like her. What? No, I mean, the crystals come first. This is no time to be... I didn't mean right this second. Sometime when it's just you two. You tell her, take her hand, and walk your path together, side by side. I mean it, Tiz. You're not going to find anyone else like her if you pass this up. Not ever. Never, ever, ever. Would you please keep it down? I guess we gotta save Ring a Bell.
Are you all right, Ring a Bell?
Why wouldn't I be? I mean, I knew you'd come. All I had to do is sit back and wait. And, well, here you are. I'm the luckiest man alive. You're my savior, my goddess. Let me thank you.
Okay, Ring a Bell.
Ringabel, are you coming or not? I can leave you here.
Of course. Let's go.
Thank you, my dear. I owe you. And a gentleman always pays his debts. Debts to ladies, I repay tenfold. Ugh, here he goes. It's always this. If you would have me do something else, milady, needs but ask. All right then, ring a bell. How about you go out with me? That's very, might I ask what provoked that? If you were my boyfriend, where would you take me? Where's tonight's date? Tonight? Let me see. I need time to prepare, eh? All this time and you never once stopped to think what to do with me if I ever said yes. Well, you see. I'm only teasing you. You can dish it out, but you can't take it at all. Oh, this is useful information. What? You've been treating Tiz like a little brother this whole time. And every time you get the chance, you tease poor Anya. So, who do I tell this to first? Is neither an option? I vote neither. Then you owe me twice the hush money. Now, there were a set of stairs back here, so we'll come over here and take those. All right. Oh, there is a chest right here. Okay, gotcha. I can't see in some of these corners, so... Suppose I should check that corner and see if there's anything actually down there. Nope. Nope, nothing there either. Something there though. An X potion. Good, good. Missed the turn there. Okay, there we go. Doubling back around. We gotta go this way. There's a gate over here we see. Zeus's Wrath. Here we are.
Now, if we can get through here, then... Hold on while I try this key. It won't open.
Are you sure? Do we need a different key?
I don't understand. I'd thought...
Well, well. Little dear. A bit of a bind.
Who's there?
Guess who?
Sage? Is that you? What are you doing here?
What am I doing here? I could ask you the same. As for me, I'm right where I belong.
Right where you...
Yes, indeed. You see, I'm a founding member of the council that preceded the Duchy of Eternia. And that would make me your enemy.
I don't understand.
I've been sequestered in Yuliana Woods ever since that Templar Brave Lee seized power. But the fact remains, I still count among the members of the Council of Six.
You were acquainted with my father? Then you must have known who I am. Why didn't you say so, you miserable old Lex?
I saw little need, being that I was in seclusion and no longer attending the council.
This cannot be. You are a trusted friend to us, a teacher-like figure who rendered aid. And to now hear you say you serve Eternia? The people who killed the Earth Vessel, the Fire Vessel, Olivia! I don't understand. Who are you, really?
Who indeed? I am but an outsider looking in.
What do you want with us?
An old friend has risen from a long slumber, so I came to see him. While I was here, I thought I would deliver a warning.
A warning?
Then you yet serve the Duchy's forces, and mean to stand against us?
You are not entirely wrong there. This world is not so clean or pleasant as you may think.
Pay attention.
I suspect your journey this far has taught you as much. Malice is not the only enemy. The road to ruin is oft paved with good intentions. With action comes consequence. The joy of some may be the misery of others. To decide one way is to abandon the other. Knowing this, will you continue upon your chosen road?
Nothing could stop me.
You mean us?
Right. Us. We've come so far together.
Is that so? Well then, have the courage to think and act on your own.
Those words. Have the courage to disobey.
Well now, you do remember.
Sage.
Step back.
Sage?
Know that ever shall I be watching over you.
When the sage speaks and spits wisdom, you best pay attention in this game. We're almost at 2 hours. Very nice. Nope, we're not going this way. That is not the direction we need to be going. We instead need to go this way.
Eternian Central Command lies ahead, and the Chamber of the Council of Six is housed at its summit.
So that's where we'll find your father, Adia?
Yes. Along with the Dark Knight Alternus Dim and that strange man who put us to sleep.
Well, we need the key Adia's father has. That's the only way we'll make it to the Earth Crystal. If we can just get the key, maybe we can avoid fighting a lot of people.
I'm afraid that is one big if.
Yes, it is.
Lord Marshal, the gate to the dungeon was utterly destroyed. But why would Juliana assist in the Wind Vestal's escape?
The capricious old fool. I cannot fathom his thoughts. But that the two appear now after 15 years. It's as if they have come to gloat over my demise.
Lord Marshal, I'm afraid I don't understand. It is unlike you to utter such bleak words.
Victor and Victoria are defeated, and we no longer receive word from our squads deployed abroad. Those two grandsires said their piece ere going into hiding again. All that remains now of the Council of Six are you and I, Alternus.
I shall not concede defeat. Were we but to slay the Wind Vestal.
And what of my daughter? Could you slay her too? Hear me, Dark Knight, Alternus Dim. I would have you escape while you still may.
Your Lordship, I must protest. Am I such a burden to be sent away so?
It is my faith in you that makes me bid you leave. For I have a task I would entrust to no one else.
You need merely speak the word.
The time has come for me to share my true aim in restoring the Duchy of Eternia and reveal the secret born by its predecessor. Until now, only I and those two grandsires were privy to such knowledge.
So he knows something that the rest of the Council of Six didn't. Yet still, I'm kind of going back a little bit to what I was saying earlier about Edea and her father's conversation. See, he knows something that we do not yet in this game. Or rather, you do not if you've never played this before. I know about it. And all I can say is, if only the Grand Marshal, when Edea basically said to her father that she wanted him to explain himself, if he had just done so clearly, most of this game would have been pretty much a moot point. And we'll find out why here in a little bit. Whoops. So we're just wandering around inside of the Duchy of Eternia. Actually, I think we just passed by Edea's room.
This is the room where I grew up.
So this was your room.
Hey, ring a bell. Let a girl keep some privacy.
Where's the fun in that? This place must be full of memories. I can almost taste them. I don't have any memories, least any I can recall. So forgive me if I wax a little sentimental here. They say you can tell a person by their room. And all I can say is, what a fine room you have here.
Thank you.
Hey, isn't that a picture of you, Edea? You look so young.
Oh, how embarrassing. Let's pretend you didn't see that.
Here's one with your entire family.
Oh, I'd forgotten about that.
Seeing this picture leaves no doubt of the depth of your father's love for his daughter.
If by love you mean exasperation,
You may be right. Are you truly prepared to battle your own father?
That would seem to be my destiny. You could say I truly am my father's daughter. We are both of a mind that shan't ever waver once we decide upon something. To go against one willing to die for his beliefs calls for steely resolve. That is why I...
It doesn't have to be this way.
How so?
It serves no purpose to abandon dialogue from the start. Not while you are both here to talk.
I will consider it.
So I came back because I swear somewhere in this room, I think there's an item. I can't put my finger on it, but I could have sworn at some point that there was an item in this room that I can take with me. Oh, I guess maybe I'm not. I was incorrect. For some odd reason, I was getting the feeling, thinking back on my previous playthroughs of this game, that there was an item in there.
But that cannot be. How could such a secret be behind the crystals?
Well, now Alternus knows.
Question the truth. I will see that the Vestal and her followers are stopped here. And you, I would have you prepare for the worst. The Pillar of Light will appear somewhere in this world. You must find it, Alternus. And you must be victorious.
So he mentioned a pillar of light. Now you know that whatever's going on with the crystals will also involve a pillar of light. Let's see. Oh, that's not what I wanted. Thank you kindly. I'm going to change Ring a Bell to a performer so he can start working on that. I'm going to change his secondary job ability to that of white magic so that not only can he sing his fool head off, but he can also heal when the time is right. What order are we in? Okay, so the girl's on top and the boy's on bottom. Okay, up we go. Time to go take on
Father.
How could I have not known about that secret passage to your room? What am I to do with you now, Adia?
Well, I've been using it almost as long as I could walk. It's come in handy more than once.
I see.
Listen, Father. The truth is, well, I wanted to help you fulfill your ideals. I truly did. I think I was lonely. I mean, no matter how I tried to get through to you, you never paid me any mind. It was as if you always had your back turned towards me until I left Eternia.
It was not that I never accepted you. Rather, you were ever my pride and joy. My assigning you to the Sky Knights was an acknowledgement that you had become the woman I knew you could be. I had thought you might tame that band of ruffians, to bring them to order and lead them. Alas.
Thank you, Father. I never knew you felt that way.
Do not thank me, for I too shall do whatever it takes. I cannot allow you to lay hands upon the crystal. Mine is a cause that I shall not willingly abandon.
Yes.
You know, if he would just tell the four of them what he just told Alternus Dim, the story of this game would pretty much be over.
By and watch you ruin all I've made. You and your band shall not pass.
Why, Father? Why must you always refuse to listen to me? Are we really that different?
My ideals are no longer my own. It is my calling, nay, my duty, to protect this world.
Protect the world? But it's you, Father, who endangers it! Is this battle between us all but inevitable? I came here knowing that mere words could never bend your will, and yet...
You've come this far, only to spout such sickly sweet sentiments? You disappoint me. Blood and steel are the final resort between those unwilling to concede their beliefs. I am Brave Lee, the Templar, Grand Marshal of Eternia. Prepare for battle!
All right. Okay, so here we are. Let's see. I mean, he doesn't have nearly as much health as like Victor or Victoria did, but he's still a tough SOB. He's got a lot of defense. So, just like we did with Victor and Victoria. I mean, that's helping somewhat, but not as much as I would have expected. The roles are kind of reversed now. It's Edea that's doing more damage than Agnes. I'm going to switch it up to fire on her. That's a little bit better. Alright, so far so good. He's almost done.
You shall not pass.
So wait, he renews and now he... Weird, okay. Now he's got more, okay. Okay, let's go that route here. I think he does that healing thing one more time after this at least. So we're not going to be done with him just yet.
Give us strength!
All right. Crap, Agnes is almost down. And Agnes will nail him. That's pretty pathetic. Whoops. I just did that. That's a dumb move on my part. Alright. Well, this is the last of the ethers, so I've got to do whatever I can to make this last.
You shall not pass!
Oh? This is literally the only one out of this group that's hitting their special move. I should still be good on this. I think after this one, it's over. Once he hits 0 a third time. That was a close one. I snuck that one in. Nope, she no longer has Thundaga on it. You just gotta last a little bit longer. All right. She's still got a little bit left in the tank for MP. Look at this. He hits it again. Because Ring-a-Bell is not even... Ring-a-Bell isn't even healing all that much. Chipping away at him little at a time here. Agnes can finish this. Or maybe not. Fine. This time he goes down for good. All that, and we only get 200 job points. What a shame. But Ring-a-Bell's about to get a bunch of job point levels. Well, at least 2 of them. And we get another job. We get the Templar asterisk.
You should not have come.
Forgive me, Brave. Forgive me, Adia. This is all my fault.
What is this foolishness you speak? You are ever the strength that keeps me alive. And I love you and Adia dearly.
Father?
Do not fear. He is merely unconscious.
At least.
His
But-
wounds, they will heal. Though it will take some time. And he may never wield his sword again.
Mother, I took up arms against Father. I told myself I was ready to fight him, even if it meant shortening his years.
Then surely you will not stray from your path, so long as you hold that feeling near and dear. By your actions, you have finally granted your father a reprieve from his anguished struggle. It was for the best.
Mother, we now go to awaken the Earth Crystal.
I see.
Forgive me.
There is no need to ask my forgiveness.
Oh, but there is, Mother. For if we awaken the crystal, your treatments will no longer be possible. We will no longer be able to keep what ails you at bay. What sort of daughter does that to her mother?
Oh, Edea, you truly are your father's daughter. And that is what makes you even more dear to me.
Mother!
How very touching. I beg pardon for my interruption, but your fear is misplaced.
And you are...
Of course, you had yet to see me in this form. I am Lester de Rosso. But you may address me as Lord de Rosso.
Lord de Rosso.
What do you mean our fear is misplaced?
It appears you have underestimated the Templar's great deeds. Deeds for which he risked life and limb.
Deeds I'm sure you won't
He
fully.
has advanced science and medicine in this land by 100 years. While complete cures may not yet be possible, sickness and disease can be prevented from further progression. Awakening the crystal shall not rob your mother of such mortal life as she has left, Edea.
So then...
We're free to awaken the crystal.
Dear.
Ironic, is it not? To think I would be the one to urge the Wind Vestal and her companions to awaken the crystal. I can see purpose unwavering in your eyes. 'Tis as if I gaze upon Brave the Templar in his youth. And yet, there is still much that you cannot fathom.
Much that I'm
I'm
sure that you will not explain to us clearly.
Intertwined with right and wrong, good and evil. The rise and fall of the Orthodoxy, the restoration of Eternia, the two conflicting beliefs concerning the crystals. So much may happen in a life immortal.
The way to Everlast Tower is beyond this door.
Okay, we have one last crystal to awaken. We might actually be able to get this done yet tonight. Let's press on. You're staring at that journal fit to burn a hole in it. I may as well. The thing stopped coughing up prophecy. Just who was the author in the end? I can't help but wonder. Did someone in the past foretell what the four of us would do? Or are the us in the book actually other people who lived in the past? Other people whose doings perfectly overlap with our own? Both theories are equally hard to believe. According to the text, you've met the book's author before, yes. Any recollection? No, I am not entirely without my suspicions, but I feel they must be wrong. After all, you don't recall writing it, do you, ring a bell? Me? I'm afraid not. And the author claims to have saved your life, too. Do you remember anything? No, nothing. I'd always just assumed that it was Owen that rescued me. And Idea, the author claims he's madly in love with you. Any ideas? So I can pummel him? If I said no, I'd be lying. What? I'm saying I have my suspicions where boys in love with me are concerned. The facts don't add up for either of them. Either? Suddenly I find myself twice a thing. Regardless, to the extent its words can still be trusted, the book says, it says you three are going to meet the author if we keep pressing on. I see little point in fretting over someone we may or may not meet. The Earth Crystal awaits us. This much is fact. So let us hurry to Everlast Tower. Seconded, awakening the crystals has to be our top priority. Then let us hurry on. Right. I think Ring a Bell's missing something. Here it is. Now we must awaken the last crystal at Everlast Tower. I hope you're ready. We're gonna take care of this yet tonight. Welcome to Everlast Tower, formerly known as the Temple of Earth.
To think this was once the Temple of Earth. Look what has become of it.
I've never set foot here either. Yet the change is clear.
Well, at least it seems the Eternian forces dare not deploy troops here.
Yet I sense a foul presence.
As always.
No doubt.
They may be after the Earth Crystal. Let's hurry!
I suppose I should probably heal up. Actually, I'm gonna need to probably go back in order for me to be able to heal up. I think the closest place to my knowledge would be Idea's room. So I guess Idea's about to hold herself a lovely little slumber party. I just don't want to go into what's about to happen at Everlast Tower without actually having a chance to heal up first. Plus, I'm sure, yep, right here, we didn't get... Ooh, Divine Fists. sure we probably missed one over here then, too. Assassin Dagger, I'm guessing that goes for those in the Thief class. Don't worry, this isn't Final Fantasy VI. We can say Thief. No risk of Locke trying to kill us. Alright. Here we are, back in Adia's room. Or, I'm sorry, Grand Marshal's daughter's room. Alright, here we go. It's off. Off again to Everlast Tower. I think it was this way. Yes, it was. Back down we go. Go get into the elevator and head out to the tower. We'll take care of whatever monster is there and awaken the crystal. Alright. Now really quick before I forget. There we go. Back in the original order. Dizanon, yes, paired up. Edea and Ringabel paired up. Alright, here we go. Now we can tackle Everlast Tower, aka the Temple of Earth. Oh boy. Yeah, they're not gonna make it easy, I don't think, folks. Oh, we do not want that right now. Okay. Going back up. Gee, this place looks familiar. Alright, we're gonna go this way instead. And another set of stairs. Here we are. And another item. I head down this way. Whoop. We can kind of return back over this way, but I will wait on that. Oh, lovely. Well, so far so good. We're coming away with some at least halfway decent items. Yeah, we're going back up. Now, they don't necessarily make it easy, but I remember this part. When you get to this part with where the floor is designed like this, then this is this part right before we actually get into where the temple is. Be like this. Here's the actual temple. Alright, so what creature of doom are we going to face off against this time? I can't remember. We've been through... I can never remember all the names. We've been through Chogmar, we've been through Rusalka, we've been through... what was the first one? The two-headed dog. I can't remember to save my life. Here we go. Okay, observations of the crystal.
Let's see. It says observations of the crystal submitted by what? Victor's court?
The energy within the crystals may be categorized by their names. These fire. Here.
Yeah, it's...
I am going to do that again, if possible. Okay. Preferably without auto on, so I can read through this for you guys. Alright, so this is what Victor had written. These are all documents Victor wrote when he was still a researcher of the crystal before he was pulled off to basically be Victoria's caretaker. So this one, it says the energy within the crystals may be categorized by their names, be fire, water, wind, and earth. The amplification effect of a crystal only extends to its corresponding element. For instance, the efficacy of this crystal extends to soil, land, mud, rock, and the like. It is for that reason the orthodoxy names this the earth crystal. As for the method of extracting the energy it holds within.
That I really understand.
Yes, I'm afraid I didn't follow that either.
It seems I must look beyond what I had thought was simple desecration of the crystal.
Alright, what else does Victor have to say here?
The healing waves emanating from the crystal. This one also reads, submitted by Victor's court.
Alright, so here's what Victor has to say on this one. 2 kinds of waves have been observed emanating from the earth crystal. The waves that amplify white magic efficacy were likely used by the orthodoxy for benediction, healing, and exorcism. Waves that amplify black magic efficacy were likely used for retribution and attacks upon the enemy faith. Lord Marshall ordered that only those waves that amplify white magic are to be extracted and utilized. A new technique where an extraction cable is attached to the surface of the crystal without doing it harm has greatly advanced our work.
It seems they truly wish to advance medicine.
That treatment Idia's mother was receiving must have resulted from this.
How could have such worthy efforts gone so terribly wrong?
And then Report on alchemical life.
Interim report on alchemical life research. Oh, this one reads, submitted by Vincent S. Court.
Likely a relative. A tome entitled Alchemical Life was found among a trove of forbidden volumes seized from the Orthodox. Rather than some book of the occult dealing in miracles and manifestations, it's an ancient book of medicine. Claims the crystal's white waves can stimulate an individual's cells, and the black wave can link cells between individuals.
Alchemical life? They went beyond merely saving lives?
Wait, there's more. This so-called alchemical life is unstable, and keeping the resulting subjects alive comes at great difficulty. So, it seems they propose that the research be shut down.
Part of me wonders what they were talking about between the white wave energy and the dark wave energy had something to do with what was wrong with Victoria earlier. Now, we're going to try and get through as much of this as we can. We can take out whatever monster is waiting for us. Awaken the crystal, and after that's done, we'll call it a night at that point, because we'll have pretty much gotten through all 4 crystals, and we'll have to move on to the next part. Right.
Let's see. Oh, this is an account by a crystallist of high standing.
Alright, so this one's going to detail a few things. The terrible plague ravaging the world finally reached our shores. Already there are those falling ill in villages to the east. To halt its spread to the Orthodoxy headquarters, top officials of the faith have closed all roads and forbidden the influx of people and goods. Controversy arose when a young cleric appealed to his superiors to use the power of the earth crystal for purification and medical treatments. But the proposal had no hope of approval, as we hold the crystals as sacred. The hierarchy ignored it. The purging of refugees seeking to thwart the blockade was a scene from hell. The purged believers were hailed as martyrs.
How terrible. How could they be so cruel?
Agnes is starting to see the corruption that her orthodoxy was taking part in.
By saying we had no other choice, no doubt.
Excuse me.
But to have a way to battle the plague and not use it, they simply forsook them.
Okay, next we have a cleric depart.
The end of the plague. The date is much later than the past entries.
The young cleric appealed to his superiors day after day to no avail. When the great plague showed signs of abating, the orthodoxy was overjoyed. Those who had advocated the blockade were showered with praise. Some days later, the young cleric was summoned before the Vestal, whereupon he was mocked and reprimanded for hours on end. The plague wiped out his village of birth, save for a few who escaped, and many other villages within the faith's lands suffered the same fate. Henceforth, the young cleric was never again seen among the ranks of the Crystal Orthodox. Perhaps he was shipped to a post of no consequence or fallen away altogether.
He sounded like a hero in the making.
Oh, you'd be surprised. I know who that cleric is.
If he had counted among the Orthodoxy's leaders, this land would have perhaps changed for the better. But then perhaps I wouldn't have been here with you today.
And finally,
The end of the world.
the Orthodoxy's head temple has already fallen, and it shall not be long now before my refuge, too, is discovered by the invaders. The Earth Vestal was dragged before their leader. It was the once young cleric, now a seasoned soldier, fearless and self-assured. The Vestal faced him, hurling words of contempt and scorn, but ere she could finish, an enraged member of his guard cut her down with a stroke of his long blade, and the Vestal's body fell silently to the floor. All was lost.
That's how the Earth Vestal was slain.
What an awful tale. With a stroke of his long blade.
Alright, here we go. Final area here. Let's see what we have. Reconquest of Eternian.
The Reconquest campaign. Troop deployments.
Our uprising was lacking in everything. Troops, armaments, cultivation of informants within the Orthodoxy. But the Crystal Orthodoxy would soon put their plans in motion. The debate between our Lord Templar and the Sage continued. See? That young cleric they were talking about in the previous papers is this same guy. So those previous papers were talking about Idia's father. At the end of 3 days and 3 nights, our Lord Templar gave the order to strike. His family was to remain behind in the... We departed before sunrise the next day. We procured weapons and ammunition in Ansheim, and then slipped secretly into Eisenberg. From northern Eisenberg, 3 fortified airships took us across the highlands, at last entering the land of Eternia. An abridged listing of our main invasion forces follows. The valiant usurper braved the Templar. Our Lord Templar insisted we name him as a usurper. Assault troops for the Temple of Earth. They are to take the Earth Crystal and protect our Crystal Technology School. Sword Master Kamiizumi, Commander Hyred Barbarossa, Lieutenant Commander Dr. Vincent S. Court, Technology Squad Leader, accompanied by his 10-year-old son serving as assistant. Assault troops for the Orthodoxy's head temple. They are to halt all of the institution's functions and seize all of its forbidden tomes and assets. Sir Argent Heinkel, Commander Fiore de Rosa, Lieutenant Commander Barris Lair, Officer in Training Eritus Profiteur, and Dr. Hada, Auditors. Occupation forces for the city of Eternia. These troops will be assigned to keeping the peace and preparing for the laying of the cable. Spellfencer Sigma Kint, Commander Einheria Venus, Officer in Training Paul Holly White, Medic in Training.
Head Temple Occupation. It says this one is written by Sir Argent Heinkel, Commander.
Yep, so our... I had a lid on it. So Heinkel, our not-so-valiant knight from earlier, wrote this paper. Once the Temple of Earth fell and news of the Earth Vessel's demise reached the resistance at the head temple, they quickly surrendered. The Orthodoxy soldiers and leaders were stripped of their weapons and confined to the temple. The Lord Templar strictly forbade us from rampant slaughter and maltreatment of the vanquished. None have yet disobeyed this order. Those sympathetic to our cause were allowed to join us, while those who refused were to be released. As for Profiteur, the man sent to the treasure house to seize the Orthodox assets, unsavory rumors about him soon began to circulate. Investigation into bribes by former Orthodoxy officials and the large-scale disappearance of artworks from a treasure house is underway. Dr. Kata, tasked with deciphering the Orthodoxy's forbidden spells, continues to meet clandestinely with his lieutenant, DeRosa. In comparison, Barris Lair's simple enthusiasm for more fighting is almost refreshing to see. And then, last but not least,
this one says it's written by Commander Sigma Kent.
Yeah, your sword magic guy. A month has passed since the bloodless occupation of the city of Eternia, and the people are finally beginning to settle in their daily lives. Einherja, originally from the city, doggedly patrols its streets, saying, "I shall defend the city that is home to my master's training ground." The occupation force is also comprised of others from this land, and perhaps that is another reason for the easing of the people's fears. A few days prior, it was announced that this land has been rechristened as the Duchy of Eternia. A member of the royal bloodline that once ruled Eternia before the Crystal Orthodoxy was restored to power as Archduke. And there's our mention of Lord DeRosso. And naming himself Grand Marshal of the Eternian forces, Lord Templar began his tireless effort to build a new system of government. When Dr. Vincent S. Court proposed a great feat of engineering to be erected in one corner of the city, it was approved at once. Great cables are to be extended from the Temple of Earth all the way to the city. I know not their purpose. Rumor has it the cables are to be linked with buildings under construction in the medical district, also part of the doctor's proposal. The decreed construction schedule is tight and will surely require additional laborers among the people in former Orthodoxy. I spotted medic in training Holly White being scolded by Victor, a boy of the same age, for standing around and watching the construction. Well, that's basically all the details of how Eternia essentially came to be. Alright, so we're going to save here, and we're going to go in and take on whatever monster is in there. Like I said, we're not going to stop until we're done with the Earth Crystal here. Yeah, you can tell it's been a while.
Is the Earth Crystal? What have they done to it?
How awful! What do they think the crystal is? Some kind of toy?
Forgive me.
No, Edea. Why should you repent for the sins of your father? Now, let's get on with the rite of awakening.
What's that on the crystal?
That's Gigas Lich!
There you go. Gigas Lich Bravely Default. I can't remember exactly what his weakness is. I want to say fire, but Well.
It's the propagator of doom as told
Yep,
in the sacred
propagator
texts
of
the
doom.
Orthodoxy.
Well, whatever it is, here it comes.
Okay, he's weak to light. This should... I mean, I don't... Nope. I was gonna say, I highly doubt that they're gonna make it so that you could just simply throw a phoenix down at this thing and destroy it. So, but I had to try. There we go. Now we're making headway. And I can't default either.
Need a bit of love?
Let's go!
Oh boy. We're getting there a little at a time. At least we're trying to stay on top of it. Almost there. Oh dear. Let's get everybody back up on their attack points. Or not.
Give us strength!
Yeah, with this going on, the healing is a bit stronger. We're under 10,000 now. Okay. No sooner does Agnes wake up, he's right back out. Let's get shell on everybody, make sure they're covered for magic defense. Alright, we're gonna need a... You know what? No. Go back. We got some decent buffs going on right now. Oh, I took care of it. Support amp. Oh, she's finally got the job point low. Alright, there we go.
I wonder when that creature first settled here. I refuse to believe this could be my father's doing.
For better or worse, I believe the Eternian forces would have guarded the crystal from such threats. Maybe it took advantage of their weakened state to slip in unnoticed.
Save your jabbering for later. We have a crystal to awaken. Okay, here goes. This is the fourth and final crystal. Make us proud, Agnes! What's wrong?
It's really nothing. But time and time again, the Duchy's people have warned us not to awaken the crystal.
Agnes!
I know. I ought not let it bother me. Now, let us begin, Eri.
But it should bother you.
That was by far the brightest of the 4 crystals.
Agnes, are you alright?
Says the guy wearing a pair of shades.
Now all 4 of Luxembourg's crystals have been awakened. Nice work, everyone.
What a joyous day. Now perhaps the world...
Is the Great Chasm gone?
Nuh-uh. Awakening all 4 crystals should have caused a pillar of light to rise somewhere in our world. It's the Holy Pillar, the first light, divine source of life and the origin of this world and the heavens above. Once I place my brooch within the Holy Pillar, the first light will spread across the world. And its divine light, born of the awakened crystals, will sweep away all darkness. And the Great Chasm should vanish along with the darkness.
A holy pillar of light, you say?
Lead the way.
I'm with you.
Together we go.
Good, the Ogre's Club is done. This one's 5 hours. I'm going to start on it. Air splitter. Actually, no. No, I'll save that for another day. Where's the one that... I thought there was one more. I thought there was one for MP. Whatever, I guess. Alright, now all 4 crystals are awakened. Throughout this playthrough, I hope, especially when it comes time for awakening these crystals, amongst other things, like whatever, like when we were going through the Duchy's headquarters there, I hope you were all paying attention because there was some very important information in there. Needless to say, there's more to all of this than just running around and awakening 4 elemental crystals. Much, much more than that. And I'm not just saying that either, by the way.
The crystal! I'm so glad to see you're unharmed!
You did it, eh? Well done!
Well, it's not as if we had it easy here. You should have seen the hail of cannon fire. Oh, and by the way, we saw a black airship bearing southwest a short while ago.
Probably a bunch of deserters. Always happens when an enemy is vanquished.
Yep, sure does.
Now, I'm gonna go into the airship and save. We're gonna call it a night here. There is a little bit left to do on this. We can pick this up again on Friday, and believe me, you're not going to believe what happens. Yes, I know everything that's going to happen here. I am not going to completely spoil it. I'm not going to sit there and say exactly what happens, but I do like to give hints. Where is items? Here we are. Ugh. I'm just getting rid of stuff I don't necessarily feel like I need. Actually, I should go back in and just get a bunch more ether. Alright. Okay, so now, to recap the entire game thus far. We've met our 4 heroes of light, and although they've had a few bumps in the road, they've become swift friends. Some of them with some romantic tension. Despite that, we have gone to 4 locations: Ansheim, Florum, oh God, I can never remember the fire crystals. Well, that's... well, let's just word it this way. We have visited the 4 temples. The temples in order of air, water, earth, and fire. Sorry, cleaning the gunk out of my eye. We have awakened all 4 crystals, despite any and all opposition from the Duchy of Eternia. And we even fought with the Grand Marshal of Eternia. He tried to tell us something. And I will also say that in our last interaction with him, Sage Yuliana was trying to tell us something. And there have been some observations from even within the 4 members of the Warriors of Light within the last 10-15 minutes that have kind of, led them to start thinking maybe something is a little bit off. The whole thing about how Agnes commented that Idia's father and the duchy was constantly telling them, don't light the crystals, don't light the crystals. I won't tell you why, There's a reason that they've been saying you shouldn't be lighting the crystal. We still have a few other chapters left to go through before this game is done. And we will continue on with that next week. Or not next week, excuse me, on Friday. Excuse me. I apologize. So yeah, don't forget, guys, our schedule is currently Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 7:30 p.m. Central, where we do Crazy Cat Plays. So we will resume Bravely Default on Friday. Saturday, I have not heard anything in regards to the Super Mario tournament, but I will post that and let you guys know when I find out whether that's going to be at 2 p.m. or 8 p.m. Central. We will go live 1 hour beforehand for warm-ups. It'll be the first time in a couple of weeks I've participated in said event. So hopefully I'm not too rusty. And that is our schedule right now. Otherwise, I will probably, on my off days, I may also be floating around myself. Just in other people's streams, you might find me poking around in like Tower of Fantasy or Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel, or heck, if someone streaming Bravely Default, I might pop in on one of those too if it looks interesting. So I'll be around. Once again, guys, make sure that you give me a like, follow, and subscribe to everything. All of my social medias you see up in the top. Don't forget the gamer sleeve, gamer-sleeve.com. Anything you buy on that website, use code CrazerCap at checkout. You get 10% off your purchase. Don't forget as well, we also have our merch store, crazercap-shop.fourthwall.com. With new designs coming every day. We just recently added the Goat Geek of all trades design. We've got some other ones coming down the road, including possibly some relating to Bravely Default. So keep your eyes peeled on that. Don't forget our Extra Life donation page down at the bottom, extra-life.org/participant/CrazerCap2024. We encourage you to donate to Children's Miracle Network hospitals through that. Let's take a peek at who is out there streaming, because maybe I might actually be you never know, I might it might actually allow me to raid out we've been going almost, oh god. We've been going for way too long. It's almost midnight here. Why not give, here's somebody I've been wanting to check out, and maybe we'll send you guys over to them. Combat Cake Roll. I follow them on Twitter. I'm just gonna look and see what they're up to right now. They are currently playing something called Sketchy's Contra. And boom goes that. Sorry. I was chuckling a little bit at, they've got a State Farm commercial playing where Jake from State Farm is wearing a white shirt under his red State Farm jacket that says broom goes the dynamite. Just made me think of that ridiculously silly sports clip where the sportscaster was like, and boom goes dynamite. Let's raid out to Combat Cake Roll tonight. See if we can keep you guys rolling on to the next person here. Great channel. Appreciate everybody for stopping out this evening. Again, we will be back on Friday. Sorry, I gotta stop the emulation there. We will be back on Friday, 7:30 p.m. Central, for more Bravely Default. And like I said before, y'all might want to buckle up for this. Because, yes, we've lit the 4 crystals, but there is quite a roller coaster ride coming your way. Trust me. You're not gonna believe half the crap in this game. So, other than that, we are getting ready to raid out. Have yourselves a wonderful evening, and head on over and say hello to Combat Cake Roll. Have yourselves a wonderful evening. We'll catch you guys again on Friday.
Wow, rude. Oh. I was like, wow, rude. What? Christopher, thank you for the raid. So it don't matter. I appreciate it. How was your stream? Sorry, hang on.
Mine by 5%.
Why is it still shooting?
I don't hear any shooting. Oh, okay, there we go. And there was light. You're playing Bravely Default. What is that?
It's an RPG game.
This game looks awesome. It is pretty awesome. It's a lot of fun. Glad I could finally make a stream, even if only for a few minutes. Aw, I appreciate it. Alright, are we gonna land? Let's land. Land us, Captain Giller.
Let me grab that booty. Look at that booty.
Like the barrel